Alright, this is my second live stream. This might be a shorter one here, but I thought I would be able to test this next one out so I could be able to comment with my fans, even though it's probably not the best time to do it. So as of now, I just am in sort of a working progress with another history project, well, another critical thinking essay, so haven't really been able to post in a while, but this live stream is for another potential video that I'm doing right now. And so these just came in the mail today. It's a non-destructive video, but do expect these to get destroyed for a video project. So, if you are familiar with my Lala Loopsy parody videos, you get where I'm telling this. Or at least one of my parody videos. So, I acquired these from eBay, like usual, so I can be able to make a little zombie movie out of these. So, this one I've just been testing out. It's actually a duplicate of another one of these dolls that I got. So as you can see, I have 3 bags of these, some of which are filled with dolls I've already got separately. See, there's Pillow right there. That's the duplicate right here. I forget who this is. I guess I'll just have to pull up the Lala Loopsy map, so that way I could keep track of and want nothing else to do with these abominations. Let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, I think this is Peanut Big Top. I think this is her, because I could tell because of the bows and the hair. So that's her. This will be my next video project that I'll be putting out. I know I haven't really able to concentrate with school for now, but that's just how it is. School, life, all that. But do expect this to get destroyed. I think if possible, I might just do a live stream with just these getting destroyed, probably for the fireworks for the 4th of July, if that's a possibility. But other than that, I might just film those separately. And I figure it just might be too long of a live stream to do. So forgot what else I was gonna say when I first started this. Well, I guess I'll chat up for now. Life's been okay, especially with the pandemic. You know, the more I think about it, well, actually, let me restate that. I think the more quarantined I am, I guess the less I really think about the whole thing. I don't really care. Whatever happens, happens. But I just hope that for at least the 4th of July, I could probably get some shots done with my neighborhood friends again. You know how it goes. I don't know if there's really an option for me to actually pause and rewind whatever, but whatever's happening in the moment is happening now, so smallest amount of people in a stream I've ever seen. Probably none, if you say the least. Not that they care. Oh my god. So in case you guys don't really know, I made a La Loopsy parody video years ago with my buddy Scott, and so I did that as a way to be able to vent out my hate for film. And so in the tradition of this here, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to create something a little bit different, because I don't think anybody's ever done a video that satirizes La Loopsy in a nutshell. I don't know, but I guess the idea is just to show like what it would have been like had they give these characters a proper send-off. Well, in my nutshell. So basically for this figure, I've just been sort of fiddling around with it, and just been determining the shots that I would probably need for the short, and basically like how they would walk and how I would maneuver them. It's probably by their feet, or at least by their hairpiece, just for the final part, or just for any generic shots where there actually are zombie types. Basically, that's pretty much how they would walk. And so the budget going for this is at least $200, most of them going towards the dolls and the sets that I got. These are 2 sets, but some parts are missing, even though the seller said that they were in good condition. But that's totally fine. See, I don't know if there's like a piece missing here. Piece of the door. And that is to say, these aren't rare. You know, whenever I destroy something, I don't find it too big of a deal, because there are times to where you can get another one of these. So at least it's not the only type of toy that's in existence. Like these, it's like the only one manufactured. You know, you could get another one of these. So still reconnecting. Kahoot TV says, "You remember me?" Well, I do remember you from the last live stream, that's for sure. Can't sleep, it's almost 12. Also, shut up to the guy who keeps mentioning Maca. I like memes. And speaking of memes, I also managed to track down another one here that just happens to be listed by my name. Here, hold on a second. Oh, just discovered this one here. If I remember, it was like the Word Rammer one. It was like on Reddit. Hold on. I think I may have passed it. I don't know why IMDb pops up in my research here, but I just contribute on there. Oh, here it is. So this is just a little meme right here. The word rammer thing just seems to get bigger and bigger on the internet. Lord is testing me. You have an announcement to say. Well, what announcement is that to say, Kahoot? Better to tell it to me now than later. Just gives me a bunch of football pictures for some reason. I love the video you did about Molly and Gil go to kindergarten. Yeah, that was a classic. Like, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about that, but I guess it just came around naturally because on every Saturday, my brother would have soccer, and so I didn't bother to watch him, and so with him just having his own pastime, I would just simply wander around the premises or just sit around out of boredom. And so that's just when I got the idea to do that little video, because I heard that the plushies were out on the market, and so I figured it'd be a great opportunity to make an adaptation of that. So all the shots, like, of the different characters were done on every Saturday. First with just Peppa and Wubsy, and then just some of the other characters while I was awaiting to get the Bubble Guppy ones in the mail. And so all those shots were filmed like just about every Saturday when my brother would be playing soccer at the old school. Hold on, which school was it? I do know this by heart, but I just tend to forget. When I see you breaking the toys, I did it and got in trouble by my mom. Who could you blame, really? So, let's see. Solana Highlands. Solana Highlands Elementary. That's the school right there. And so, that's where I basically shot the movie. And he would play there just about all the time, like for most of his soccer games. And so, sorry, it's just disconnecting here and there. But that's how the video came to life. And that movie was made back in 2012, and I just kept it shelved up until a later time because I just didn't want to export the clips onto iMovie immediately and then just leave them in there where they might end up getting rejected. I don't know, just go missing, and then I end up losing the footage. So I kept it locked up, well, not really locked up, just stored away in this top drawer up until a later date, to when, like, I wouldn't have anything interfere with editing that video. And so I just had it locked for at least the summertime, because at the time I was filming that, I was just going through a rough period of middle school. You know how middle school's just an amiss experience. I guess that's how I put it. Probably just because everybody's trying to fit in, and just a bit of a nightmare. And what the heck? I thought the real Plain Rock 124 stepped in for a second. Just a fan. Did. And so I just had that locked up until I wasn't in school, so that it wouldn't be such a burden, you know, something like that. And then I remember I shot some other footage at an aquarium, which I eventually used for the Cindermala short, but I didn't use for that short with the kindergarten love story. But hey, something else that I'd have to borrow. And you remember the Word Thing remake? How much toys have you damaged? I think it's obvious, at least 300. Well, probably not counting DVDs or electronic devices, so probably in the range of at least 300. So 310, 3,000. I just noticed Minecraft toy destruction. I've already done the torch years ago, where I actually smashed that out in my driveway and then threw the remains in a microwave. But that video is unlisted, but I'm pretty sure you can find it in my destruction playlist. Crumbs is in one of the bags. You mean one of the dolls, or like legit crumbs? I don't know. They're pristine, alright. Oh yeah, and then as for the camera that I'm probably going to use, it's actually down here. Just the little crappy waterproof camera. This doesn't have the best sound quality, but what can you do? Kind of shoots at a high frame rate. I don't know. But probably at least 30 frames a second, but it just looks all the more smooth when slowed down. And I have used it on a couple of my movies, so. Have you heard of the Gumpy toys? I've actually microwaved one. In fact, I could probably re-upload it to my YouTube channel, but I did it as part of microwave experiments where I just microwaved just a bunch of miscellaneous crap. And so I actually have that. So if you guys would want to see that video be re-uploaded onto my channel, like, go ahead and comment now. Otherwise, I'll just do it myself. HKA Film Production, sorry for spamming. I don't know what the announcement she was going to say. He or she was going to say. Talking Kahoot TV. But it doesn't matter. Wonder Pets video was funny because it got run over. Yeah. Was. Well, had I kept filming, then I for sure would have gotten it, but at least I got the aftermath. I remember those dolls in the show. Good times, good times. Probably not for me. It's a funny story, really, but I just happened to stumble upon the movie just after a day of shopping. Like, I don't know if I explained it in an earlier destruction video, but I came home from shopping that day at Target, And then I just flipped the channel onto Nick Jr. because at the time I used to watch Nick Jr. all the time, especially Bubble Guppies. And so that movie just happened to be on. I'm just like, what the hell is this? It may have been about 30 minutes in, and I ended up just sitting there and watching the whole thing unfold, and what a pile of shit it was. Hope it's not shocking that I'm using foul language here. But that's how it was. It was the biggest pile of crap I had seen at the age of 12. But I know there might be people out there that actually respect the show and grew up with the toy line. You know, to me, I don't feel any resentful feelings for these. You know, they're decent and all, but just poor at storytelling. I don't know, probably just because it's so pampered and neutered and watered down just to make it only for kids and not fun for the older type of people, you know? I remember the Lalaloopsies crossover with My Little Pony was on Netflix. Well, you're probably thinking of the other show, We're Lalaloopsy, and that only got one season, and then they just... I don't know how to really put it into context, but just descended back to where they came from. Just shat out that abomination on Earth and then descended back to the depths of where they once came. Have you ever done a SpongeBob destruction video? Absolutely. You can actually see it up on my channel. I tend to get duplicate requests for some reason, but some of those videos are on my channel, just unlisted and in the playlist. If you actually take the time to look it up, you'll be able to find it right there. So, just right in there. Snap that child's back, goldfish. Which one? The snack that eats you back, goldfish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that jingle. Is that like a new meme at this point? It takes 9 days to eat a full body. How long have you been watching me, Mr. Sir Preem? Because I've been on here probably longer than most of this new generation of YouTubers. I've been doing this, well, the movie making and all since at least 2008, so... Oh, okay, so... probably not too long. Over 20 years. Well, that's my age, so... How about a dark joke? Go ahead. I'm ready for the announcement. Just tell it to me from there. Sure if you get a chance to get a hold of you or not, but I cannot. Was the day I was thinking of coming over for the next couple of days. I was just wondering if I can get you a check for the weekend. I only found it because of YouTube recommendations. Okay, so the announcement, you're the #1 Abby Hatcher hater. For all that. Well, okay. I'll see about doing that destruction video. But only time will tell. What's this? A week ago, I broke up with my Japanese girlfriend, but she didn't understand, so I had to tell her. Hold on, it's just going in and out again. What is a kidnapper's favorite shoe brand? Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline. White Vans. Oh. I always keep getting the reconnecting sign in my face. It's so annoying. No, Black Vans. Should we break out the yeet off cliff? The fact 28 people are watching. Well, there's 34, but who gives a shit? My country, the hour is 1:40 in the morning. I'm usually up until at least 1 or 2 at best. Probably just because I use the electronic so much. This electronic here. That's nice that you do grounding videos of Abby Hatcher. Do with what makes you happy. Pizza you're having, RPG maker. Huh. Now I'm just curious enough, like, for those that are still on, if you could post a comment down below if you're from San Diego, because I live in San Diego personally. So I don't know if there's any of you that personally live here, or I'm sorry, like, just comment down below if you're from San Diego. East Coast. I live in Dublin. I like in San Diego. You like in San Diego? Or you mean you live? I wish I lived where you lived. I dislike where I live. Well, where's that at? Cousin lives in San Diego. Is that a joke? Like a play on words? Timu Mizumi video and explode on fire. Yeah. I always keep coming back to that. I always try to bring out the best of myself with some of these videos. One day you might crack open a toy with drugs inside. I thought I cracked open the Wonder Pets toy. Couple gumdrops in there. Strange enough. Lord, forgive me for clicking on this video. I absolve you. I'm not a Christian myself. Chuck E. Cheese's became bankrupt on the 25th. Does anyone know of the rocket of fire explosion? Heard about it. Just don't really care too much about it. Just indifferent about certain subjects. Oftentimes I just don't understand it. And that's the thing too with school. Like, oftentimes I feel like I'm not getting too much advantage out of college. Like, because it's hard to understand. I clearly read the material. I have a hard time being able to maintain it. And so I have to get outside help. And that's why my mom's always a good support, and so she just helps me structure plenty of my assignments. Well, for this instance, my history critical thinking assignments, so that they could be coherent. You know, she's always a good help. Even though there are times to where I don't feel like I'm learning too much out of this, but whatever. If you snapped a raw chicken, and 34 times it'd cook it. What's with this mini hoy thing going around? Do you think dentists have teeth fetishes? That I'll have to put into consideration. All right. Let's see here. Do dentists have tooth fetishes? Not any more than podiatrists with foot fetishes or proctologists with rectal fetishes. Okay. There's your answer there. All dentists are just people with tooth fetishes. That's why I'm a dentist. And I can't see why else anyone would choose to be one. What other reason would we have to want feel up your teeth? Dental hygienists for the most part, and laughing gas. Message retracted. I feel hungry after eating a random baby, and I don't want to eat anything else. Should I eat a rock or drink paint? I'd probably just cut to the chase and go for the rock. Paint is just gonna make it worse. In fact, there's a My Strange Addiction episode where this woman drinks a pen full of paint. I just have a bunch of eccentric keys. Jackson, talk to me, please. Well, you're speaking to him right now. Hoi manoi mi hoi. On My Strange Addiction, there was also a lady that took shots of gasoline. I also saw that. I don't think that show is running anymore. I imagine there could be hundreds more episodes. In fact, the very first episode I stumbled upon was the adult baby episode. I have nothing against adult babies, but I just happen to have a fetish for ormiashi. I know it's a bit taboo talking it up on here, but it's true. Notice my Jackson. Well, I notice that you're not playing Rock 2124. I think your mic cuts out sometimes. Is it just me? Probably just because of the connection here. So, let's deal with it. I might end up ending the stream real soon, so that way you won't have to hear me rambling for so long. And also, I'd rather not really show my face, because as of now, like, the time I'm doing this, I'm just in my plain underwear. So you kind of see the real me. Would you like to hear some of my cursed random thoughts? I don't think so. There's a whole page on them. Extreme Cheapskates is interesting. Yeah, definitely. I've actually seen a couple of their videos. In fact, there was one to where a mom recycled toys from the playground, and while they are pretty frugal with how they spend their money, they do get in touch with their creative side. So they're quite innovative, I will say. Maybe when I get my own place, for sure I'll just be pissing in the bathtub so I can save on water. I know that's gross, but I would like to. PP. I don't think I have anything else to really put into context, so I guess it had something to do with the La Loopsy, but if so, I guess I will quit the live stream from here and then just log back on whenever, and I'll probably give you another update of this little movie here. Might take a while to shoot, but hopefully the next video that I'll put out by then will be Sonic.exe, which I filmed with Holden, so I'm gonna do a re-edit on that and put that out maybe around the 4th of July. I'm hoping to aim a release date around that time. So, though I always find it better just to release it at an unprecedented time and then just surprise my viewers. I just find it better just to surprise my viewers with what I put out than just be able to say it. Hope you tune into all of your streams. They feel like podcasts. Yes, indeed. What do vet clinics do after they are done fixing your pet? What do they do with the leftover pet parts? Do they keep them, throw it out? Do they feed the parts to other animals? Oh, I don't know if that's called, like, not a paradox, right? I don't know. Just something like that. Vexen. I guess the whole cycle is complete. Rip Jack's search history. I guess you know Phoenix, Arizona. I heard about this cream that doctors make out of babies' foreskins. Oh no. For the next video, it will probably be Sonic.exe, but all for one knows. Frantic Mitchell says hi to me. I know I've seen many of your comments and have taken an abundant of your requests. So, you know that city called Phoenix, Arizona? Well, what's so special about it? I know for a fact that Plain Rock 124 is around that area. So, I think he said actually in Flagstaff, so not too far from Phoenix. This keeps going in and out, so I might cease from here. Adjourn. Who's your favorite My Little Pony character? Well, Equestria Girls, in this case, I would probably say hands down Sunset Shimmer, and maybe Sai Twy, and whoever else. But as far as favorite My Little Pony character, I guess all of them are fine, but then again, I have to give credit to Rarity, though sometimes she could be over. It's quite a comic relief. And then, I don't know, probably a couple other ones that would be worth honorable mentions, but I would definitely say Sunset Shimmer for my favorite My Little Pony character, though I have to give credit to some of the other characters. I don't know if Rainbow Dash can be quite a jerk sometimes, but or just a show off, but that's who she is. So, well, I'm not a brony. The show is wholesome most of the time, indeed. In fact, whenever I would come home from like a long day of school, well, this was back in high school, I would always have trouble with being able to put myself out there and socialize. You know, I struggled with my social ability, and so to be able to cope with those bad times, I would just flip on Netflix, throw on an episode of My Little Pony, and just completely forget about my day. And as a matter of fact, really, I don't think I would have lasted too long had it not existed, but it's probably shaped me into a better person, and was also able to get the inspiration to write my own My Little Pony stories. Whoa, touch my spaghetti. So I guess from there I'll probably end the live stream. So it's just about midnight, so don't want to go on with this for much longer, but I guess I'll just adjourn from here for now, and then just give you an update about whatever for the next video. Well, whatever happens, happens, so. Keep getting more jokes. And then asking me for my credit card information. Absolutely not. Does Lightning McQueen have life insurance or car insurance? Both. Okay, so I guess from here I'll just quit the live stream, and then I'll see you where I always see you, so up on here. Whatever point I was trying to get across about the Lalaloopsy, like, I'll probably post in the description box below, so probably wouldn't be able to get it on here, but at least after I have this posted, so. With that, I'm out.